Are chickens okay in my garden? Will they destroy my garden? I'm sharing 8 simple things I do to prepare my garden to welcome in the hens. Hi, I'm Beth. Weekly I share about my little flock of hens and my little garden in the United Kingdom. Keep watching if you're considering getting chickens or you have chickens but you're unhappy with how they've changed your garden. I'm so grateful that the bird flu poultry lockdown in the UK is over. It's spring now and the hens are allowed back out into the garden. They have been cooped up for about 15 weeks this winter. But before I open that coop and let the hens into the garden again, there's a few things I need to do to make sure that everyone's content. The hens, my family, myself. I need to make sure that the hens stay within my garden boundaries. So I'll clip the flight feathers on one wing, and this makes the hens a bit unstable when they're trying to make a big jump. Also, I'm checking the perimeter fencing and making sure there's no holes for them to escape. I'm checking for objects around the fencing that the hens can use like as a step to get up and out over the larger fence, or a little or to step into shorter fencing that I have around my vegetable plot. So move those objects out of the way or make them inaccessible so they can't use them as a leaping log to get out. Add edging along paths and patios with anything I have to hand, tree branches, rocks, broken pavers, whatever materials, and this minimizes the amount of soil that's kicked up onto the paths and patios where I don't want it. I need to protect emerging perennials or newly establishing plants. I can do that by putting rocks around the base. I can make fencing tubes. I can use basket cages. Again, any materials I've got to hand, I'm going to try. And this protects them in the springtime until they're fully established in summer, when they can be a lot more robust and there's too much foliage for my few hens to do that much damage. Finally, I need to protect my vegetable plot that's starting to get planted up for the season, and my fruit bushes, and I'll put some rolled plastic fencing around the perimeters of these areas attached to wooden stakes. So these tips, they keep my hens from escaping, they protect my plants, they keep my paths walkable, and my garden's not going to be perfect, when I have hens in the garden and children in the garden. But hey, perfection's not a real thing anyways. Perfection's not attainable. However, I'm hoping with some preparing, I'm going to have another content season with everyone sharing the space. This winter, while the hens were in lockdown, we slightly rejigged the layout a bit because we're hoping to get a greenhouse maybe by the end of the summer. So we've moved some plants around, and I hadn't protected those yet this winter, but now that the hens are out, those were some priorities to get covered up again. Before lockdown, my hens always had access to the garden, and so during the lockdown, I put a lot of effort into finding activities to keep them entertained and to fight boredom. And now that they're back in the garden, I'm going to still continue to do some enrichment activities in their coop, in the garden, things they can access anytime. And hopefully these activities will just be something else to distract them away from maybe all their attention being on my garden plants. Choose one of my ideas to start using in your garden today to get it ready to bring your hens into it. Let me know what idea you pick. You can comment in the comment section below. I've made another video about our chickens noisy if you're unsure about that. I've put a link to that video in the description below, so go ahead and click on that and I'll see you over there.